What up, crypto fam? Just wanted to check in, see how you're all doing. Oh, it's blood in the streets today and the past couple of days, and so I'm disappointed. And I'm not necessarily disappointed. I mean, I am disappointed in the price. Let's be real. It hurts. Ate ramen last night, ate Burger King for lunch today. It hurts. But I'm more disappointed in the weak hands that are folding at these prices right now. And I know those are common people, retail investors like you and me. And I know who's about to scoop this up, and it's the institutional investors at these cheap prices. And I hate to see when retail investors' money gets switched over to the hands of the elite and the wealthy. This cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, it's so much bigger than what we can even imagine. And so when we're selling for short term, buying and selling for short term, what's the point? You got to have a more macro picture on these things. Because if you're selling at these prices, why were you even in? Why were you even in? In my opinion, this technology, this financial revolution, it is the greatest investment opportunity in millennia. Yes, like thousands of years. And in my opinion, this is the greatest creation and innovation in financial technology of all time. All time. So, it pains me when people don't understand how big this is going to be. We have Blockchains LLC building a smart base city based on blockchain technology. They'll also be, experimenting with nanotechnology and AI, partnering with Tesla and Google. We're right there in Reno. Warren Buffett was the initial investor. He's the one who said Bitcoin was rat poison. And now look, he's investing in Blockchains LLC. This is what these large institutions do. They shove down the market so they can scoop it up cheap, and then wait for you to get back in near the all-time highs. So, I mean, and you know what also bothers me is people who are comparing this to the dot-com bubble. Okay, so it was a bubble. All right, I'll grant that. It was an ICO bubble. But it pales in comparison to the dot-com bubble of 2000. The dot-com bubble peaked in March of 2000 at $9.6 trillion market cap. We didn't even get 10% of that. And the crypto market is global. Dot-com bubble, that was more regionalized to the US, I would say. And I wasn't around back then when I was like a little kid. But I wasn't like an investor back then when the dot-com bubble was happening. But I've heard from some people who were investing, and they said that early on in that, before the dot-com bubble, institutions were flooding that market, saying internet had no value, that dot-com had no value, and then they scooped up those stocks on the cheap and then dumped it on everyone at the very top of the dot-com bubble. So this is a cycle that institutions do so they can retain their power with their money. And I think what we're about to see here is a massive shift out of the traditional stock markets, which, in my opinion, are about to crash. I mean, we double topped, and we've erased all of our gains from 2018. Jerome Powell, he's planning to raise the interest rates, so that's not going to do any favors to the stock market. So I expect to see a flood of capital, at least US capital, into cryptocurrencies and precious metals, because all of those have limited supply. In Bitcoin's case, a fixed supply at 21 million, which is, it is more limited than gold and silver because, I don't know if you saw the article that NASA is exploring mining a $700 quintillion worth asteroid that is in between Mars and Jupiter. Because, if we expand ourselves to space, there's unlimited resources of precious metals. So, in the long term, the best asset, in my opinion, to be in will be Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, which have a mathematically fixed supply. And also, I don't know if you guys saw, but Bakkt delayed their launch from December 12th to January 24th is when they'll make their next announcement of whether or not they'll be launching their Bitcoin-backed futures platform. But no matter. Understand, they have a strategy behind when they disclose these updates. No surprise it's after we've dumped. They'll try and dump it even further. And I'm curious to see, as Trace Mayer calls it, the hodlers of last resort, at what price is that? Where the hodlers of last resort do not sell. I thought, in my naivete, I thought it was a little bit higher than we are right now. But apparently, there are enough people in the space that are really panicking right now. And I get it. The price is going down. It's scary. But don't be so myopic. Understand the big picture. We're going to be laughing at the mistakes that we made selling at these prices by the end of 2019 when Bitcoin is six figures. That's my speculation, but it's going to be higher than it is right now, that's for sure. We're going to be looking back, laughing, or maybe crying if we sold. So I just want to keep it in perspective. Understand the big picture. Remember the fundamentals of why we're in this space. And accumulate, hodl, and think outside the box. Peace.